Yeah. So you mentioned that's not your real job, and
Yeah.
what is your real job?
So my real job is a psychotherapist.
Okay. And how long have you been doing that for?
Um, let's see. I started at Pathfinders for Runaways when I got my master's degree. So that was in like 90. So what's that?
What is
19.
Pathfinders?
So Pathfinders for Runaways is a shelter for
Okay.
runaways. And
Is it here in
Pathfinders,
Milwaukee?
yep, it's
Okay.
here. And it's still going. It's a great program.
Yeah.
I actually started there when I was 20 as a volunteer.
Oh, cool.
And before I went back to grad school or anything. And so I volunteered there and then became a house manager there
Okay.
and then became a family therapist there.
Is that kind of how you got into it? Like, did you, from a young age, were you like, yeah, I want to be a therapist? No?
Well, no.
I don't want to help. Don't want to do
I don't want to help people.
Yeah, I don't,
Are you kidding?
I don't
I
want
want
to
to
hear
sew
it.
clothes.
I mean, it is, I feel like it's such a tough thing because I don't know how intensively I talked to you about this, but I see a therapist. And sometimes when I leave, I'm like, that was an hour and they do that all day.
Yeah.
You know, they just listen to people. And rarely is it you're there because you're in this great place. You know, usually you're there because you need help.
You're working out something.
Yeah, you need to figure it out. And I'm just like, man, that must be draining over the course of like months.
Yeah, I mean they have what's called compassion fatigue or
Yeah, I bet.
burnout that way, and we have to be really careful about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's why having side hustles is
Yeah,
really fun
yeah.
and therapeutic, very much in its own right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started out at Pathfinders, and I changed my major in undergrad probably a good 4 times.
So
I
like
went
a
to
typical
UWM.
kind of
Yeah,
college
just kinda
experience. Like, I don't really
searching.
know. Yeah. What were your majors before you got to that point?
Well, I started out in English because I had this romantic idea
You're gonna be a writer?
No,
Oh.
not a writer, that I could just read books and talk about like what's happening in the books with people.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
I had that
that'd be
idea that an English professor just got to read
and just,
and
like-
just talk
Yeah.
to people about.
Yeah.
It wasn't this book great? Didn't you
Yeah.
like that character? That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
had my image was, and then I took a few real English classes
Sure.
and realized, oh, this is really hard work and my brain hurts and I
don't
don't,
wanna- I'm
I
gonna
can't do
switch.
this. I'm gonna
Yeah,
switch.
yeah.
And I went to communication for a while and tried psych, but then they had to do those rat things and
What is that?
well, and they had to do experiments with rats
Oh.
or mice or I didn't know. Didn't want to do
Because you felt bad for the mice, or because you didn't like mice generally? Working
I
with
think
them?
all of that. I just didn't
all of
want
it
to. I
together.
just, yeah.
Didn't want to be a part of
I
it.
didn't want to do whatever they were doing with the mice, and it had a lot more math. I just kind of avoided the math.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. So fast forward, and then you decided you were, what was it?
Well,
English major?
Well, yeah, it was English. I ended up actually my degree's in education, but it's
Okay.
a non-teaching degree. It's called educational studies. So
Okay.
it was really cool. I don't think they have it anymore.
Where'd you go to
maybe?
college?
At UWM.
UWM. Okay.
So what are they called? House fellows, RAs. She told me about this degree that I could get if I talked to someone in the education department.
Sure.
And you had to have a certain GPA and whatever to qualify, and you could pretty much fashion your own degree.
Oh, cool.
But it wasn't education, and I took
Yeah.
a lot of human development courses that I really geeked out about. I loved human development. A lot of grad courses in that, even for the undergrad. And then I got a certificate in youth and family studies, youth and family
Okay.
work. Because at that point, then I was working at Pathfinders. I was volunteering and working there, and found out that I loved Pathfinders.